Open with the narrator finding an old Facebook memorial post for the girl, real-looking screenshots, blurred names, community grief. Then cut to a phone notification, find my friends. Last seen, coordinates. Tuesday, 11:42 p.m. Build the video around the narrator attempting to verify the ping, visiting the location, cross-referencing with archived missing persons reports, reaching out to someone who knew her. End ambiguously. The location was a building that was demolished in 2011. I wasn't looking for anything that night. I was just scrolling, the way you do when you can't sleep and the apartment is too quiet. Then I saw her name, a memorial page still active, 16 years of birthday posts from people who never stopped waiting. I don't know why I kept reading. I don't know why I didn't put the phone down, but I didn't. And then my phone buzzed. A notification I didn't understand at first. Find my friends. A name I didn't recognize in my contacts. Coordinates I didn't know. Tuesday, 11:42 p.m. I sat there for a long time, just staring at the screen. The name matched the memorial page. Exactly. I told myself there was a rational explanation. There always is. A glitch, a duplicate contact, someone using her name. I opened my contacts and searched. Her name wasn't there, not in any list, not saved, not synced from anywhere I could trace. I checked my app permission. Find My Friends showed a sharing history, a session that had been active for 11 minutes, starting at 11:31 p.m., ending at 11:42. I have no memory of opening the app. I don't think I did. I pulled up the coordinates manually and dropped them into a map. A street in the east part of the city, an intersection I vaguely recognized. Nothing unusual on the surface, just a block, a corner, a patch of ground that looked like every other patch of ground in that part of town. I took a screenshot. I didn't sleep that night. I kept the app open. The dot never moved again. But it didn't disappear either. It just sat there, waiting. The next morning I started searching. Properly. I found the original missing persons report through an archived county database. Her name, her age at the time, 19, last seen in October 2009. No confirmed sightings after that. Case status inactive, that word inactive, not closed, not solved, just set aside. I cross-referenced the coordinates. That's when things stopped making sense. The pin didn't point to a residence. It didn't point to a park or a transit stop or any place a person might logically be. It pointed to a building that no longer exists. A 4-story commercial structure demolished in March of 2011. I found the demolition permit in a city planning archive. Clean, dated, official. The lot has been a surface parking area ever since. Cracked asphalt, yellow lines, a rusted pay station in the corner. I stared at the satellite image for a long time. Then I drove there. I parked on the street. I got out. I stood on the asphalt where the building used to be. Nothing. Just wind. Just the sound of a city that had already forgotten. I found someone who knew her. It took me 4 days. A comment on the memorial page from years ago, a first name, no photo. I sent a message not really expecting an answer. They responded in the middle of the night, 3 days after I sent it. They asked me one question before anything else. They asked how I found the coordinates. I hadn't mentioned coordinates, not anywhere, not in my message. I went back and read what I had sent, 3 times. I hadn't mentioned them. The conversation after that was short. They told me the building used to be a place she went sometimes. A job interview maybe, or something else. They weren't certain. They told me they had received a notification too. Same app, same name, 2 years ago, different coordinates. They never went to check. They said they didn't want to know. I understood that. I think I understood that better than anything else in this whole thing. Sometimes not knowing is the only way to keep functioning. But I already knew. I had already gone. I had already stood on that asphalt, and something about standing there felt like a door I couldn't close again. I don't have an answer. I want to be honest about that. I've spent 3 weeks going back through everything. The app logs, the city records, the demolition permit, the conversation with that person who knew her. None of it adds up to something I can hand you and say, here, this is what happened. What I can tell you is that the notification disappeared sometime on Wednesday morning. I woke up and it was gone. The sharing session, the name, the dot on the map, all of it. Like it had never been there, except I have the screenshots, except I have the archived permit on my desktop, except I remember standing on that asphalt and feeling something I still don't have a word for. She disappeared in 2009. The building where her location pinged was demolished in 2011. Those are the only 2 facts I can hold on to without them shifting under me. Everything else is still moving. If you have experienced something you cannot explain, something that doesn't fit inside the boundaries of what's supposed to be possible, I want to hear it. Leave it in the comments. I read all of them. I'll be back when I know more.